BSdiscover. Okay, guess what? I wanted to come to you today, really feel it pushing in there about giving. You know, how it's so important that we learn how to give. A lot of us learn how to understand what it is to give when we have to give. But when you're giving to become more prosperous in your financial journey, you have to give back. Once again, as I said before, that energy of giving forcibly, and that energy forcibly is through the process of which you go find areas in which you start to find different charities, that you can donate money to. I mean, some doesn't even cost no less than $1 a day, So I want you to think about that, and I want to think about what you're able to give.
Gratitude, pleasing and grateful.
So gratitude. So when you're giving, gratitude is a sign that you're thankful for what you have, for what came your way, and you're willing to give. Now listen. I say that in a tone that seems crackling to you, or crackles a little. However, it is quite necessary that you understand what it is when you're in this moment of giving. And you're giving because you don't want to seem that you're giving to receive, but this is the force it takes for the magnetic energy that's within money that does arise. When money stays alive, money keeps going. There's something that's got to be happening for money to exchange, whether it's digital or whether it's cash. However, which one prolongs itself, we will soon find out. However, it is important that you understand what it is to have digital currency. And I'm coming at you again because that's very important. That's part of what you also need to expand in the knowledge that you need to receive. You have to be prepared. Please do not be one of those who's not prepared. Whether you have money aligned, you don't want to be one of them caught up finding that the government is taking all the money out of your account because you're not reporting the cash that you have, or you have too much cash. So I want y'all to be in alignment with the change.
7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Change no longer just allowing life to just pass you by and not think about it, but part of the change is prolonging what has to be prolonged, is what I meant to say. Lazy tongue, but yes. But we keep thinking about the knowledge, and the knowledge is what it takes to give you the power. Because when you have power, and you have power in what you do, how you perform, then power begins to be part of what it takes to build a bigger picture of your life, from where you were to where you are to where you are going, and the things that you understand and why you must make these choices to do certain things as be given to charitable events or charitable, places, organizations. But it is important that you begin to understand this alignment, and it has to do with a more inner verse that we feel in our dynamic change, and that's part of the dynamics that build within us, because we begin to get bigger than what we thought that we weren't, but we were. However, it was not of existence or even thought of because of where we were, but now that we are in in a place that you can begin, because you're solo, to be yourself and to understand yourself, to be more in tune with what's going on with just yourself. You have the choices. And understanding why these things, take place, or you have the choice of not understanding, but you do understand, but some people just don't want to receive and understanding what truly it may be. Then it's always someone else's, but it could be things within you. But do you realize that a lot of us don't express that we do, but we do? However, it doesn't change the fact of how we feel, because we're all human to have feelings, So as we start to impact on the change that we're going to make, it definitely on this channel, I want you to gear towards understanding why it's very important that when you think of to giving back, that it's only because of purpose. Whether you volunteer community, whether you donate clothes, whether you watch children, and give food or book bags or whatever have you, make it back, clothing, shoes sometimes, I've seen it all. The possibilities that may be there, this is the growth spur. And in order for it to grow, not just you and I, but the things that are around us, and giving us knowledge and understanding why we do these certain things, because the energy that it gives back, the magnetic energy of what currency could possibly.
Let's go. I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is a jerk, and I'm not even that paid. I need a change in my life, cause I don't feel alive, and there's nothing that makes me happy.
For people who start to understand the need to understand why there are changes and why they're changing now to this form, because it's only because of where we're going in life. Things aren't going to be so visible to us, so you have to think in that nature why they're making certain choices, and with them choices, you have to understand that you have to still be able to understand why you so be into the dynamics of change, human change, first of all, and you're part of the human. And the human of mankind, how can you say I want to change mankind when you can't make changes within yourself? Whether it shows, whether you show it or not, the change that you made. You don't have to tell everything that you're working on, especially inside of you, and that's only between you and, your either spiritual growth or this your natural growth, however you may feel, but the choice is for you to understand how important it is, why you sense a feeling to want to give, and do it the right way, not longing for the wrong way of giving, really truly give it how you feel. It's not a number, it's not an amount, it's what I could give, what I'm definitely capable of doing. Giving out free apartments, paying yearly fees on apartments, light bills, Christmas toys and certain other things that people donate, and it's because of what they give, they're able to build bigger beginnings in different places with different growth, of the enterprise and corporation that begins to build within different communities because of what people give, especially do donation. It truly helps, at least I would say 50% of the time, if not 70%. So in order for you to really feel what I'm feeling, the punch that I want to give out there today, the feeling that this is it, and I'm trying to keep you focused. That's why I'm keep coming back to you with different input as I gear towards doing what needs to be done. And your expectations is not what is expected of others, but what is in you that is expected for change, you know. And the change also gives you, and giving yourself the time to develop. So if I don't allow my time that I need, or the time that is taken away from me, if I do need it, there'll be a force, you know, that will be in the way. But as long as it's not in the way, why not take advantage and understanding what it is to understand a bigger source than what you knew of in the past would actually stop you from the growth that was always there for you. You know, so like I said, once again, the choice begins to be the person themselves. I cannot speak for another person, you know, but for myself, it's whatever I have, whether it's 70%, 50%, 45%, it depends on what I have. You know, that will make sense. But until next time, BSdiscover and give. Get ready for the comeback. Get ready, because I'm ready. See you next time.
Thank you all. We'll see you next time.
I'm changing who I am. I'm making a new plan, rearranging my life, and I won't look back ever again. Yeah, you ain't see me activated. You better hope that you never see me agitated. I think about my actions, plan them out, evaluated. That's how I end up on the top, man. I'm calculated. My mind's a weapon, my body